Sound good?
Raise that up. Just a moment to get this going.
You didn't go online for, John Walsh had an auction last week, you didn't go online for that? He had over 400 guitars, he was auctioning off. How do you get 400 guitars?
60 years.
There we go.
Good.
We are good to go
Okay.
whenever you are.
Call the meeting to order at
12:04 PM.
Q. Excuse me. We acknowledge that the town of Winnipeg Beach is located on First Nations Treaty 1 territory, the traditional territory and ancestral lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene people, and the homeland of the Red River Métis Nation. We respect the treaties made on these territories. We dedicate ourselves to move forward with Indigenous communities in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration to make Manitoba an inclusive and accessible place for everyone who lives here. We're good? Before we move forward to the council, I'd like to remind everyone in the gallery refrain from conversations or other behaviors which may disrupt council proceedings. We're going to do Councillor Kiselowski passing acknowledgement. Before we get started with our meeting agenda, I would like to take a moment to recognize the recent passing of our colleague, Councillor Larry Kiselowski. Councillor Kiselowski served this community with commitment and conviction, and he cared deeply about our town. His presence at this council table and his contributions to council will be missed. On behalf of council administration, I extend our sincere apologies to his family, friends, and all those that knew him as a sign of respect. The town office flag has been lowered to half-mast in his honor. I now ask council and those in attendance to please observe a moment of silence in memory of Councillor Kiselowski. Thank you. We will now continue with the business of the meeting. Item 4, approval of agenda. Be it resolved that the agenda for December 17th, 2025.
30th.
Yeah, I was just thinking, that was the last one.
Yep.
Sorry, the agenda for December 30th, 2025, regular meeting of council be approved as presented. Mover, please. Doug, seconder, Bear. All in favor? Carried. Number 5, confirmation of minutes. Be it hereby resolved that the minutes of the November 19th, 2025 regular meeting be approved as circulated. Mover, Larry. Seconder, Larry. Oh, sorry, Doug. I apologize for that. Be it All in favor? Old habits are hard to break. Carried. Item number 7.1, council monthly indemnity. Be it resolved, the council accept the council's monthly indemnity reports as presented. Mover, Barry, get this one right. Seconder, Doug.
Your first at the time.
All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 9.1, request for variation approach culvert with roll 170000, whereas the town of Winnipeg Beach has received a request from Craig Kozlowski for a variance of the culvert access approach installation policy number -345/INF/P to permit a second backlane access with culvert installation to serve a new garage at 108 3rd Avenue. And whereas the applicant's property currently has one existing backlane access and no front access is available, and whereas section 12 of policy 345/1NF/P prohibits the town from participating in or subsidizing these installation repairs or maintenance of a second culvert access by it, but section 17 provides for council to consider appeals and cite specific exceptions. Therefore, be it resolved, the council approves the request for a variance to allow a second black lane access with culvert installation at 108 3rd Avenue, subject to the following conditions. 1. The applicant shall be solely responsible for all costs related to installation, maintenance, and any required repairs of the culvert access. Number 2, the culvert must meet all specifications outlined in policy 345/1NF/P, including material and width requirements. No subsidy. Number 3, no subsidy or assistance will be provided by the town for this installation or its ongoing maintenance. Number 4, the applicant must obtain all necessary permits and approvals prior to commencing work. Mover, please. Barry. Seconder, Doug. Discussion? Yep.
I just found the Public Works report a little confusing. On this, like he's saying that there was work done on 114th 3rd Avenue, and is there a drainage problem there now? Do we know that to be true?
Yep. In the back lane.
Okay, but was it caused by other people doing work, or was it just there 15 years ago? And we just never done anything with it?
There is,
Oh, go ahead.
sorry, my understanding is there was pre-existing drainage issues that arose specifically in the 2022 flooding season. From that, additional drainage work was done from that back lane and downstream as well to help resolve that area from localized flooding. To our knowledge, flooding hasn't been an issue since. That being said, we've had quite dry years.
Right, but was that work to mitigate the flooding, was that done by us, or did other people take it upon themselves to just fix this?
No, the town did that
Yeah,
work
so-
in 2022.
So really, we don't foresee theoretically any future problem, barring any flood of the century.
No, the intent behind addressing the other properties is just to acknowledge that there are other properties in that area that do have multiple accesses that goes against our existing policy legislation, which we are in the process of. Areas that have flooding issues, we're looking at ensuring that everyone's compliant with the existing legislation.
Okay, so to clarify my position on it, it just seems like the letter that I'm seeing from Public Works is that we're aware there's a problem, and other people had done things to directly affect the drainage in this area, and are we doing anything to fix these properties? Have we said anything to the other properties that because one thing that's messed is that there's a pipe that's wrong, and another property there, and does that pipe it says exceeding town standards regarding pipe specification, total approach length, so on. Are we doing anything about that pipe? Are we removing that pipe?
We'll be having those conversations with property owners in this coming year
So
with regards
whether or
to-
not we allow the second access to take place, we are going to try and resolve these pre-existing problems that other people have taken upon themselves. Now, as indicated in the letter, the property owner will bear all costs, and it will meet the town standards. So that begs the question, how did some of these other things get done with no town input?
Either it was installed prior to legislation being put in place, or accesses were just installed without permits. We all know
Right. So
that may happen, but the construction standards that we've put in place is that there has to be a setback from property lines, and then.
and they'll all be adhered to in the new application.
This variance, goes against that, as it'll be breaching the setback from property lines, and our current legislation only permits one access to the property. This
No, I understand, my thing is, if we let this happen, and bear in mind, I'm not against this, okay? But what I'm against is, are we gonna exacerbate an existing problem because we failed to correct the previous problems? Do you know what I mean?
It's not gonna exasperate it, it's gonna help that ditch flow, but there are problems there, and sorry, but
No, that's okay,
since
it's okay.
2022, his yard is flooded every year because it comes down Second Avenue, the pipes are all crushed in the end and too small, it goes through low spot, across their property, straight onto his and drowns him. Simple as that, he's gotta replace the septic tank, a septic pump,
No, I'm all for it, I just say, like,
it's not gonna be corrected till Second Avenue's
right,
corrected.
but we're on this to get these things fixed.
We are actively looking at
Because
drainage.
this isn't an isolated incident in one big beach.
There is a number of issues in our community with regards to drainage and lack of maintenance. We are working on addressing it, and it's a significant portion of every town budget so far. I'm anticipating we'll continue that going forward in 2026. But when it comes to the culvert accesses, this would be a variation from existing standards in all properties in Lincoln Beach.
Bear, anything?
Yeah, how much over the setback now, how much are we encroaching on that setback?
So the existing, so right now,
So it's be 4.5 to 5 feet, isn't it?
I believe it's a 5-foot setback from property lines.
And it will be.
So it will be, approximately 1 foot, for the new approach. So it'll be a variance of 1 foot of what's permitted, but it does, our current driveway width is 22 feet, which is enough for, traffic to pass. It's similar with the provincial construction standards. This will be extending that 22-foot maximum.
Okay, just to keep me straight, he's gonna be a foot from the property line, his property line or his neighbor's property line?
From the site plan that I can see here, it's a 4-foot, from what it appears, it's a 4-foot, from the property line to the new approach.
Okay. Any other discussion? We're good? All in favor? Carried. Excuse me. Agenda item 10.1, Village of Denauder landfill agreement. Whereas the town of Winnipeg Beach and the Village of Denauder entered into an agreement for the town's use of the Village of Denauder's landfill site, and whereas the current agreement includes provisions permitting extensions upon mutual consent of both municipalities, whereas both parties have reviewed the terms of the existing agreement and have agreed to extend the contract for an additional 1-year term under the same conditions, Now therefore be it resolved that the council of the town of Winnipeg Beach approves the one-year extension of the landfill use agreement with the village of Donato effective January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2026. And be it further resolved that the mayor and chief administrative officer be authorized to sign all necessary documents to execute the extension on behalf of the town of Winnipeg Beach. Mover, please. Barry. Seconder. Doug. Any discussion on this? I have one item. Last year, the people in the town of Winnipeg Beach were upset that they couldn't get black dirt when they screened the compost piles. And they wouldn't let us have black dirt because council wouldn't give them money to help screen. I would like to see the agreement where we put in a portion of that money to screen it. Black dirt's worth $30 a yard. So it doesn't take many yards. It takes one tandem full and a wheelbarrow full and you're at $500, right? It doesn't take many loads, and so now they're screening it all for themselves, and they really don't use it all. But we can't have it because we wouldn't participate in that part. So can that be an addition, or should that be for another time?
I would recommend that be a separate discussion,
Okay.
as this current agreement does not include any provisions for compost.
Okay.
But we can have that as an addition on another meeting.
Sounds good.
Council wants to revisit that
Yeah.
and have that discussion.
That's been a discussion for years. And we actually supply them with a lot of product.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it has to go somewhere.
Yeah, there's no alternative unless
Yeah.
you start dumping it in the park.
Any other discussion on this? All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.2, changes in council meeting dates, April 22nd, 2026 and November 24th, 2026. Whereas the regular scheduled council meeting, April 22nd, 2026 conflicts with the Association of Manitoba Municipalities, AMM, spring convention scheduled for April 21st to the 23rd, 2026 in Brandon, and whereas the regularly scheduled council meeting on November 24th, 2026 conflicts with AMM fall convention scheduled for November 24th to 26th in Brandon. Whereas council deems it necessary and appropriate to amend the 2026 meeting schedule to avoid these conflicts and ensure full participation in AMM conventions. Now therefore be resolved, the council of the town of Winnipeg Beach hereby cancels the regular council meeting scheduled for April 22nd, 2026, and be it further resolved that the regular council meeting originally scheduled for November 24th, 2026 be rescheduled to November 18th, 2026. Move it, please. There. Doug, seconder. Any discussion on this? I didn't notice where the one in April is rescheduled.
No, due to time cutoffs, and the following meeting occurring May 13th, it made the most sense to cancel the April 22nd meeting. That being said, if council wanted to, we could have a committee of the whole meeting in lieu on another day. That is feasible.
Oh, that answers my question.
Yeah, it just wouldn't be classified as a regular meeting.
All in favor? Carried. Excuse me. Agenda item 10.3, RCMP reports. Be it hereby resolved that council accept the following reports from the RCMP as presented. RCMP first quarter report, Gimli Detachment. RCMP second quarter mayor's report. Mover. All right. Doug, seconder. Discussion on this? We're good? All in favor? Carried. .4 Mutual Aid Agreement. Be it resolved that council renew its North Interlake Mutual Aid Agreement as per attached, and further be resolved that the mayor and CEO be authorized to sign said agreement. Mover, please. Vera. Seconder, Doug. Any discussion on this? All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.5, Ronald McDonald House donation request. Be it resolved that council for the town of Winnipeg Beach authorizes the donation in amount of to the Ronald McDonald House. Mover, please. Barry. Seconder, discussion.
What have we donated before, right? A few
We
years back?
did in quite a few years
Yeah.
past, but we stopped at one point in time, and we did not donate anything this past year in 25 or 24.
Hmm.
What did we do historically? $250 or something?
I wanna say it was along the lines of 250.
I'm okay with 250.
It's a well-needed
Yeah.
establishment, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay,
250?
250.
All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.6, Winnipeg Beach Fire Department application for volunteer firefighter. Whereas an application has been received and reviewed by the fire chief for the town of Winnipeg Beach Fire Department, and whereas the fire chief has submitted a recommendation to accept the applicant, therefore be it hereby resolved that council appoint Taylor Nemeth to the town of Winnipeg Beach Volunteer Fire Department, and further be it resolved a 6-month probationary period is applicable. Mover. Mayor. Seconder. Discussion on this?
Looks good.
Yep, all in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.7, Board of Revision date. Be it hereby resolved that the Board of Revision for the 2027 assessment rolls be held on October 29th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Mover. Bear. Seconder, Doug, discussion. We good?
Good.
All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.8, 2026 Interlake Wave Artist Studio Tour. Be it resolved, the council authorize support of the 2026 Interlake Wave Artist Studio Tour, an amount of $390 representing a quarter-page act. Mover, please. There. Seconder, Doug. Any discussion on this?
No. What do we normally take a note on a quarter page, right?
Yeah, this is the same that we have done.
Okay, yeah, let's keep on track.
All in favor? Carried. I'll get there. Excuse me. Agenda item 10.9, interim budget 2026. Whereas in accordance with section 163 of the Municipal Act, the Council of the Town of Winnipeg Beach have made interim estimates of all operating expenditures of the town for the periods from January 1st, 2026 until the adoption of the financial plan. Therefore be resolved the following provision estimates be adopted. Government services, $255,000. Protective services, $102,000. Transportation services, $357,000. Environmental health, $71,000. Public health and welfare, $11,000. Environmental development, $21,000. Economic development, $36,000. Recreation and cultural, $102,000. Fiscal services, $51,000. utility operating, $153,000 for a total of $1,159,000. Mover, please. Bear. Doug? Any discussion? All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.10, 2026 emergency plan approval. Be it resolved that council for the town of Winnipeg Beach approve the 2026 emergency plan as presented. Mover. Barry. Seconder. Vote. Any discussion? No? All in favor? Carried. Can I move or second any of these things?
No, not typically.
Okay. I just thought I'd give them a break a little bit. Agenda item 10.11, 2025 Trails Grant Manitoba. Be it resolved, the council authorize administration to submit an application to the 2025 Trails Grant Manitoba program for the development of a pedestrian connectivity strategy linking the west to the beach in an amount not to exceed $15,000. Mover. Fair. Seconder. Doug. Discussion. All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 11.1, accounts payable approval. Be it hereby resolved, the council approves the accounts payable listing being check number 25345 to 25505, inclusive of checks, electronic payments, and payroll issued in the amount of $255,745.57 as circulated. Mover, please. Barry. Seconder. Doug. Questions?
Nope.
All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 11.2, donation in memoriam, sorry. Be it resolved that council authorize the donation in amount of to the firefighters burn fund in honor of Larry Kiselowski. Mover. Barry. Seconder. Doug. Discussion. How much money would we like to spend? My thoughts are, like, he was a big supporter of the fire department. He definitely was. Well, he's a big supporter of everything in our town. I'd like to see about $250.
I'll back that up, 250, equal to, Ronald Dalton's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All in favor for 250? Thank you. Carried. Agenda item 12.4, committee reports approval. Be resolved, the council accept the committee reports as presented. Mover, Bear. Seconder, Doug. Discussion.
Pretty basic.
Yeah, next one's round table.
Yeah.
All in favor? Carried. I was wrong, it's not the next one. Let's
It
go.
is. Should be.
Yeah.
Oh, yes it is, sorry.
Roundtable discussion.
I read the end of it. Agenda item 13.2, council committee and boards report approval. Be it hereby resolved, the council approves the council committee and board report as presented. That doesn't sound right. Presented. Mover. I'll get it out sometime.
That's all right.
Barry. Seconder. Doug. what have we got?
No, more
It's pretty quiet.
yeah, it's
Right now.
Christmas, it was,
Yeah, I met with, mayor of, and deputy mayor of Gimli for a couple hours. They wanna meet with all of council, they're thinking around January 12th, somewhere out in that scope there for everybody to talk. And, we have a lot of visions the same as them. And they seem quite agreeable to work with us, which is a good thing. I've been working with the RMS St. Andrews on some land that is gonna take a bit, but we'll see what happens with that. Trying to think what other RMS were, oh, that was it. And I don't think I had any meetings that I can remember. Do we have anything in there?
We had the emergency.
Oh, May urgent measures.
Tabletop
Yeah,
exercise.
that went very well.
Yeah.
Sorry for forgetting that. And I'm still actively working with the IRHA for the clinic here. All in favor? Carried. Fourteen point one, accept correspondence. We hereby resolve the correspondence be accepted as circulated. Mover. There. Seconder, Doug. Discussion. All in favor? Carried. Holy man. Agenda item 15.1, in camera. Here is a resolve that council moves in camera at,
12:34 p.m.
thank you, to discuss matters that are preliminary stages and legal matters. And be it further resolved that any matters discussed while in camera be held confidential until such time. Mover, please. Doug won that one.
I did that reflex.
Yeah.
Very. All in favor? Carried. Thanks for coming out, everybody. And we miss Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, because there's nothing here, so Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. We're good to go?
We are good to go.
Excuse me. Agenda item 15.2, out of camera. Be it hereby resolved, the council moves out of camera at,
1:40 PM.
oh, thank you. And resumes the regular meeting of council. All in favor? Oh, hold it.
Eating.
I forgot to call for it. Mover, please. There. Seconder. Right. All in favor? Carried. Further business now?
Yes, yes.
Oh, yeah, I would've read it the other way. Number 16, adjournment. Be it hereby resolved, the council adjourns to December 30th, 2025, regular meeting at,
1:41 PM.
cool. All in favor? Oh,
No,
mover.
you'll get there.
Yeah. Mover, please. I've been away from this for quite a while. Seconder? Doug? All in favor?